Hello and welcome to another spooky sculpting video. Today we're making monster mounted heads out of Abe's Apoxie Sculpt. This type of clay is a bit tricky to work with, so I planned ahead and sketched out my design. I used tinfoil to bulk out the sculpture. And I'm measuring the scale with the plaque he's going to be mounted on. Apoxie Sculpt is a two-part air-dry epoxy clay. To use, take 2 equal parts of clay and mix them thoroughly for roughly 2 minutes. I flatten the clay with my fingers and wrap it around the foil. This clay is super sticky, so there's no need for me to glue his eyes in place. I'm mixing my clay in sections because Apoxie Sculpt cures in about 3 hours, and I want to give myself plenty of time to sculpt. I'm shaping this little half-moon shape in order to make his eyelids. This type of clay is great for making very durable sculptures, pieces that you might want to put outside. It's also great for those of you who make custom toys or art dolls. Apoxie Sculpt bonds well to most surfaces, so you can sculpt on virtually anything. I'm rolling out a small ball of clay for his nose, and I'm going to pinch it to make the nostrils and add 2 little holes with my ball stylus. I'm giving this little guy a serious underbite. I'm going to sculpt out his tooth by making a tiny cone. And I'm going to put his lip and his jaw on at the same time. It's just one huge piece of clay. I'm using my color shaper to give him some lip wrinkles. And I'm just using downward strokes to create more details on the lips. Using my ball stylus, I'm going to sculpt a cleft in his chin. I'm rolling out a short clay noodle to give him a little nose wrinkle. If you need to smooth out the clay, just use some water. He's looking a little gaunt, so I'm going to plump out his cheeks a little bit with some extra clay on the side. I roll out a thick noodle of clay right above his eyes to give him a real heavy brow. Then I'm going to roll out 2 thinner ones on top to create a few forehead wrinkles. Let's give this monster a horn. I'm using some armature wire to sculpt out his horn. Then I just insert it in his head, just like that. I'm using this little piece of paper for stability, and I'm going to sculpt out a pair of ears for him. I imagine that he was pretty stocky in life, so I'm going to give him some nice neck rolls to make him really heavy. This monster's ready for painting. I apply some Liquitex primer to my monster before painting. This will ensure that the paint adheres to the sculpture. He's getting painted red. I'm going to give him 2 real good coats of red paint. Now let's paint his cute little nose. Nope, I don't like that. Changed my mind, we're gonna make it light blue. That's much better. I've gone ahead and made a purple wash. This is gonna go into his forehead cracks and really make them pop. And I'm wiping off the excess. As soon as it soaks right in there, I wipe that paint right off. And I'm going to add some shadows and some dimensions to his brow bone and anywhere where there would normally be shadows on his face. Let's bring out his eyes with more of that purple wash. Don't forget to accentuate that cute little chin dimple. And I'm going around with my purple wash around all his little wrinkles and facial features till I'm satisfied. Let's give him some blue horns. Whoa, not that dark. There, that's much better. I'm accentuating his nostrils and his horns with a darker blue. Let's paint that little tooth. My monster is complete! What's your favorite type of clay? Let me know in the comments. Your favorite clay may end up in a future video.